What's the deal?
What's the deal? We back again,
All right.
baby. We getting consistent with it, aren't we?
Manic Monday, but we here.
Monday. It's a beautiful Monday.
Yeah,
On
not too
January
bad, not
10th.
too bad.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
Not too bad, not too bad. Can't complain no more than usual.
You know, can't do too much complaining. A lot of grinding, you know.
Yep.
Looking like a beautiful bear market to me. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm looking at the market, still bleeding.
Go Bears.
If I was investing though, just look at the top 10. I'm looking at Dorchain, Phantom, Graph. Those are down 10%, 9%, 7% respectively. Those are the coins I would be looking at to buy if I was investing. You know, because we don't buy in green, we buy in red over here.
Bear Nation?
Yes, sir, all the time. Oh well, no, even when I'm playing the bull field, I'm buying on the bear. You know, like near protocol, I'm looking at 18% up. 18% up. If I have some near, I'm happy about it. If I'm trying to get an entry, I'm not doing that right now. 18% up right now on 24 hours on a bad market. I'd rather wait for a pullback. And you know, looking at the whole market, it's not that bad. You know, some people are complaining. They're already, you know, probably selling their bags. I'm not complaining. It's really like a rubber band. The further you pull it back, further it goes forward, you know?
We're going to the moon on this one.
Oh yeah. I think this year's gonna be good. So speaking of going to the moon, right? PayPal and the likes now are starting to get into this game. And I think it's gonna be interesting. What do you think, though, man? So PayPal.
I've been
now,
looking
mind
into
you,
it a little bit.
What's that?
I've been looking into it a little bit, but it looks all, you know, for PayPal, I don't see anything concrete. It's all exploratory, and you know, they're exploring the development of a stable coin, possibly pegged to the US dollar. This whole thing came about allegedly from November 2021. I guess an expose, I don't know what you want to call it, whistleblowing. A coder allegedly saw some kind of code reference Neo, the Neo smart contract blockchain. You familiar with Neo?
Okay.
China-based?
Yes.
It's OG.
The original Ethereum killer. That's gonna be interesting to see then, because you know, we were talking about in the last one is how does that work? So Neo actually has another coin that works on gas, which is actually their gas, right? So I would wonder, how would that work? Would that bring up their gas fees now? You know, that'll be interesting to see. And then mind you, PayPal actually did a deal probably like maybe more like 2 years ago with XRP. So be interesting to see how that all plays out.
With Ripple?
Yes.
That's interesting.
You know, yep. So that's gonna be interesting how it sees. You know, and everyone's getting into it. VeChain also just announced they're doing a stable coin of their own.
Right, that's big news. That is some big news, man. A week ago they made this announcement. They're talking about smart contracts.
I think that's huge, because VeChain is, I don't know if I said it before, VeChain is like the silent killer in my mind. They're one of those coins that they're not sexy, they're not making a lot of noise, but one day you're gonna just hear about them and you're like, where did they come from? But they've been doing this for a while, and I think with this, they're gonna be allowed to do a lot of different things. It's kind of like, a lot of people are doing the same thing, I guess, in one sense, where they're doing like Ethereum, where they can do dApps. But I think that's just where everyone's going, right?
Yeah, I think, and you and I were talking about this earlier, that, you know, I don't know why it's not bigger news. I think it was Taproot update to Bitcoin that's allegedly supposed to usher in smart contracts, but you know, that was the upper hand for Ethereum, and that's kind of that's kind of where everything is going, right? With the metaverse, with NFTs, smart contracts are going to become like the de facto blockchain operation as opposed to store of value. But they talk about a poverty alleviation, incentivized ecosystems. They talk about, you know, smart contract settlements. You know, VeChain, it's all about sustainability. You know.
Yeah.
Speaking of sustainability,
VeChain.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Speaking of sustainability, last show you were talking about getting that tree. You really gonna do that, Mr. Cardano?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know I am.
That Veritree. I think they already hit 1 million trees planted so far. Amazing. So I got to give it up for Mr. Hoskinson.
Nice.
Charles.
Nice.
That's cool. That's awesome. I think they already allegedly. Let me know in the chat. I mean the comments. I think they already did 1 million trees, but yeah, you're gonna contribute those $30.
Yeah, you know what?
NFT
you know
tree.
what we're gonna do? We're gonna set it up for the next one. We're gonna actually do it one shot where we actually purchase it on the air and show you how to do it yourself. So we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And I know where you're going at, because I read about it.
Not to be undone, you know.
I know where you're getting at. Okay. Yep.
Algorand, man. Go on, don't sleep. Algorand. Silvio, what's up, baby? Talk to me. You got to get Silvio on the show. No. But not to be outdone, Algorand, you know, helping the environment as well. You know, Mr. Suarez, Rico, let me not say Rico Suave. I don't know if that's derogatory or not. But, you know, the smooth Miami Latino mayor over there, the young guy. You know, he's heavy on the crypto. So Planet Watch, it looks like they're a French company. And they're working on the Algorand chain. So they're actually putting out air quality sensors. So I don't know how they're incentivizing people, but I think it's maybe similar to helium or something like that, where you put up the sensor and you kind of, they're giving you some kind of reward. I'm sure it's going to be a monetary reward of some sort. I don't know the mechanics, but it's maybe something we could explore for a future episode. But yeah, Francis Suarez, actually. I'm sorry, that's the Miami mayor's name. Francis Suarez.
That's great. I applaud that. Honestly, you know, at the end of the day, we want these projects to do actually good, right? So this is great. This is a great use case. They're trying to do this in other countries as well, and I'm glad that they're doing this here as well, where they can monitor the airflow and, you know, just possibly make it better for us, the environment. You know, at the end of the day, I would even love to see a I never could say that word, interoperability project between Algo and
interoperability.
Yeah, there you go.
Interoperable.
Yeah, you know what I mean, guys, right? But that would be a great project now that I think about it, between ADA and Algo, where, you know, the plants are the actual beacon. Maybe imagine the plant is the actual beacon where it's monitoring the oxygen levels and carbon dioxide.
I like that. Interoperability. Maybe we get Gavin and Polkadot involved. Parrot chain.
Why not?
Why not, you know?
And you know, and you know, I love that it's just getting more and more mainstream. You see the Miami mayor, he's getting his paycheck in Bitcoin, and you know, New York, we always gotta outdo everybody. So you know, our own very own Eric Adams, he's getting his first 3 paychecks in Bitcoin. Not sure if he's gonna, you know, he's reaffirming it, even though we're on a down market. So I don't know if he's gonna regret that, but I think he's doing the right thing. I think that's gonna be a big move for New York.
We need it. New York.
We definitely need it.
Stand up.
We definitely need it. We're supposed to be the mecca of finance, and I think we're not even just New York, just the United States. We're so far behind in the cryptocurrency, whole thing. So I hope 2022 will be a big movement for us to get more involved in it.
When you think about it, it's quite interesting. We think of Tether, and that's I don't know if it's Hong Kong or Singapore based, and now we're talking about BUSD, which I think they're working with that company Stably Prime.
Yes.
I think that's the vendor. So they're talking about U.S. off ramping, and to think that offshore companies are controlling the U.S. dollar liquidity in the majority of the crypto market is pretty, it could get ugly, man.
Get very ugly. And we talked about it before. Tax implications is big too. You have to know what you're doing. You might think that you're just throwing a few dollars in and stuff like that, but it's more than that. You're actually investing. So Uncle Sam, he expects his money. He definitely expects his money. So you got to be careful. You have to know what you're doing there. And we're gonna help you with that. Along the way. But it's interesting how it's getting more and more involved.
Yeah, everybody wants their salary in crypto lately. It seems like I think 3-time NBA world champion Mr. Andre Iguodala recently left today. Actually, I'm excited to announce I'm taking part of my salary in Bitcoin with Cash App. Have you seen the Megan Thee Stallion? Every time you watch YouTube, Megan Thee Stallion pops into your ad feed. So Bitcoin with Cash App. He says Bitcoin is the future. He says Clay Thompson and I are both believers. To make Bitcoin more accessible, we're giving out 1 million in Bitcoin back to fans. Drop your Cash App hashtag with paid in Bitcoin and follow us at Cash App, and they will send you money.
Wow, there you go. Now that's interesting because a lot more and more are getting their salaries or just getting partial payments in Bitcoin or in cryptocurrency, and you got to be real careful. We talked about one of those in the last one, scams. There's going to be a lot of scams. About 80% of these are scams, but so far these seem like legit projects, and we try to cover those legit projects, and we're going to try to uncover those scams for you. But between AI, you got Des Bryant. He's doing a project where he's doing a little different. It's more NFTs where it's I guess it's apparel and different changes to the avatar. So it's a different approach, but like I said, it's just getting so mainstream that it's not going nowhere, guys. It's not going nowhere.
No, it's not. It's not going anywhere. It's just the beginning, man. It's like the internet in the, right before the 2000s. I think that's where we're at. That's my opinion. For the 2 cents that it's worth, that's my 2 cents. This article talks about back in June, LaMelo Ball from the infamous Ball family also had an NFT collection. So these things are really cool. Based on the player's performance, your NFT is, so I don't know if it's a card and the stats are changing, but you and I have talked about this. That's for gaming, that's gonna be big. You know what I mean? Because they already are using the player stats to affect gameplay. But when it ties into the NFTs, and I think that could be really good for the players, right? Because even look in the collegiate space, they've started to get the ability to earn revenue. So imagine if these guys can own their likeness as an NFT, and then when they're licensed to video games, can we say payday? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, look at Metal Ball. If he wins a championship or anything like that, now I'm pretty sure that NFT is going to rise in value, right? If he wins 3 championships or so, that's going to rise even more in value. So it's kind of like a baseball card, or a basketball card in that sense. But that's basically how it works, right? Exactly. If that player exceeds his expectations, yes, that NFT is gonna increase in value. And it's just like any asset, right? That's just how it all works, right? If oil exceeds its expectations, it's gonna rise in value. That's just how it all works. Gold, same thing. Bitcoin, just, we're just changing over the asset. That's basically it.
I gotcha. Speaking of NFTs, something I've been looking at. We talked about this a couple of episodes about, a few episodes back about this. So we like to follow up. You know what I mean?
Oh yes.
Mr. Tarantino. It's getting dicey, man.
Yes.
It's getting dicey. Have you seen this story?
Talk to me. What happened? I read some of it. What's happening with them?
Law and Order, man. So remember that we talked about it a couple episodes ago. Quentin Tarantino on the Secret blockchain was intending on releasing some kind of director's cut, unreleased scenes, unreleased footage. I think an interview with him maybe was on there. And Miramax, remember, they put the kibosh. You know what I mean? They put the kibosh on that situation. So they're releasing a statement here, and this is pretty dicey. They say, because we're about a week away from what's supposed to be the first at 7. And they say, your apparent reliance, I think they're talking to the whoever's, I guess, secret network, whoever's releasing it. Your apparent reliance on Mr. Tarantino's position about his rights to Pulp Fiction is misguided. This is Bart H. Williams, who said, the Secret, to the CEO Secret guy, Ziskin. So they sent it right to Secret Labs. He says, whatever limited rights Mr. Tarantino has to screenplay publication, they do not permit the minting of unique NFTs associated with Miramax's intellectual property, and his contrary position is the subject of a pending lawsuit.
Wow, that's some real lawyer talk right there.
Yeah.
In other words, you better not.
Now that I read this out, is what your press release calls Mr. Tarantino's never-before-seen handwritten screenplay cannot yet be iconic or fan favorite, though it is transparent that you and Mr. Tarantino are trying to capitalize on Miramax's content, intellectual property rights, and brand. You know what I'm thinking? Did they have in the contract the theory of an NFT? Right? Because they always put this legalese to try and extend it, in perpetuity to get anything out of you, right? But I'm gonna bet that Tarantino's lawyer says they don't have anything in here that covers an NFT, especially if you can't see if the NFT is actually. I think this is a power play, my man Quentin, man.
Who knows? We're gonna follow up.
The GOAT.
We're definitely gonna follow up.
The GOAT. The GOAT.
I noticed it's funny, right? Because it says his never before he wrote it or whatever, right?
Right.
But then it's saying it's their IP. So it's like, well, how's your IP?
Is the Uchi Wally on mic?
Right. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. We're gonna definitely follow up on that because we're gonna follow up on our stories.
Yeah.
But but speaking of entertainment, we're gonna talk about our godson, very own New York native, Nas, one of my very favorite.
Nasir.
And it's interesting, right?
Nas, the rapper Nas.
One of my favorites. And
Tomorrow.
I'm still trying to understand what he's really gonna do. So you're gonna have an NFT of a royalty on his album.
Well, look at this. It's called Royal. That's good marketing. Royal.io/Nas, which I think it's a company that's already done this for a couple other artists. But this is the actual website. Can you see it?
Yep.
Awesome. So I guess they come in 2 flavors. These things are only 16 hours away from dropping. This one is a little over 24 hours. So let's look here. Ultra Black. I think it's an album.
Okay.
Yep, it's an album. The statement to being unapologetically pro-black and thus pro-humanity. Doesn't even tell you how much. So there's 760 of these NFTs available. See that?
Yep.
And it looks like they're tokens. They're called Royal tokens. They give you partial ownership in the song streaming royalties. Come on, man.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
You own a piece of hip hop history. And so they're selling 500 of these tokens at $50 a piece. And it gives you 0.0143%. So basically, it looks like what he's doing is he's giving 50% of the royalties as a pot that are broken up between these different NFTs. So there's the for the ultra black, there's the gold, there's the platinum. So there are 250 of those. Those give you 0.08%. So for 250, get some exclusive merch. And then for $5,000, you get the ultra black diamond.
You get the diamond.
You get a 2.14% ownership. I guess an album or a song. I don't know how that works.
Signed vinyl. That's pretty cool.
Signed vinyl from the one and only Nas. You get a video conversation with Hit Boy. Cool. Hit Boy is a Grammy awarded producer, amazing producer. And then he has the rare. See if we can get back here to the rare.
I definitely want to follow that. I want to follow that up. See what's going on with that.
So same concept. Pretty cool. A few more tokens. But you see this goes up to, this one's 10,000. Same concept. And these are dropping one of these within the next like 15, 16 hours. And this one is in about 24, 25 hours. But I mean,
interesting. All right.
Legendary.
All right.
That's pretty cool, right? You don't think so? You should definitely
that is. I definitely want to investigate that, see how it works. Possibly even look into getting one. Like I said, I'm a huge Nas fan, so.
Same here. I mean, I'm a Jay-Z fan, but I like me.
Oh yeah, I mean,
So I can't really choose.
I love both. I love them both.
Legendary.
Bears versus Bulls.
Legendary.
Yeah. Bears versus Bulls. Sega versus Genesis. I said Sega versus Genesis. You know what I meant. Sega versus Nintendo, but you know what I meant.
It seems like you always end the show with some kind of tongue slip. That one was better than the last one from last show. No, I'll tell you that much. That was last show. Last show slip up, was it? But yeah, we need to go ahead and get everyone up out of here, man. As always, we love you guys. We want to thank you guys for all the support, all the positive feedback. We got some good things coming, some amazing things coming, some funny things coming. Some heartfelt things coming. But yeah, you know what it is. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And what you want to say before we get out of here, brother?
Not much, See you next time.
See you next time. We appreciate y'all. Yeah.